So let's talk about spins for a minute. I think the first rule with spins is never enter one. Spin is resulting from a stall, so always be stall aware. Stalls can actually be easily avoided if you really pay attention. And this means also spins can be avoided. But if it happens, it's really important that you know your recovery. Now the recovery, we have discussed it in the briefing, it's pretty similar in most airplanes. Now in this airplane there even is a placard in the cockpit reminding us of the spin recovery. But good luck reading that during a spin, so you really should be familiar with the procedure right away. Now the procedure consists of an opposite aileron, closed throttle, then you apply full opposite rudder and move the control wheel forward to break the stall. Now if you want to really practice this, of course take a qualified instructor and take an approved airplane, because most airplanes are not approved for intentional spinning. So if you really want to practice it, which is of course really helpful, because it's one thing knowing the recovery in theory, and really applying it in the airplane is a different thing. Okay, now this airplane, I will stall this and spin this airplane now. It's not approved for spins, but we're in the simulator, so we can just safely do it anyway. It's actually hard to get into a spin, so it will probably only spin for one revolution, but it's sufficient to show you the procedure. As soon as we're doing our first revolution in the spin, I'm doing my recovery procedure, so I'm pushing forward on the yoke, keeping my ailerons centered, throttle to idle, and apply opposite rudder. Alright, now we have enough altitude, the area is clear, so try to enter a spin now by putting the nose up into a stall and then briskly applying rudder. Okay, now the spin is starting, so control wheel forward, opposite rudder, throttle idle, ailerons neutral, and then recover from the dive. Okay, there's one revolution, we've lost 500 feet, including the recovery. Okay, so as I've said before, you really shouldn't get into a situation where you need a spin recovery. Because even if you do it correctly, 1,000 feet or much more can be lost so quickly, and if this happens at low altitude, you're in big trouble. Alright, this concludes the lesson about spin awareness and spin recovery. See you in the next lesson.